following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
First down. Handoff. Elliott plowing to the goal line. Barry, sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
Here are Mickey Spagnola, Brian Broaddus, Rob Phillips, and Bill Jones.
It is a Thursday at the Star in Frisco, Texas, and it's time for Talking Cowboys in what is being billed as Super Bowl week in the city of Houston, the state championship game on Sunday night. The Cowboys and the Texans. I'm Bill Jones with Brian Broaddus and Rob Phillips and a chair, as Mickey Spagnola is not with us right now, but he should be with us shortly.
He'll come in. Hurricane Mickey will come rolling in. That's here.
Right.
Oh, he's going to be pissed
1,000
off.
pounds. He'll have two sequoia trees under his arms for paper that he has. And he won't have the right paper. He'll be like, he'll be going, where's the paper? Somebody ask a question, and, he'll get that look like, yeah, there we go, kid.
I had that written down somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Let me stop down the whole show to find it. Y'all just stop talking for a second.
You know when Mickey goes silent, he's trying to refute something you've said. You know what I mean? He just gets over there and he gets that look. He puts his glasses on and he starts thumbing through the paper, and you'll say, the Texans aren't very good in run defense on the first down. Averaging, they give up only about 3.4 yards a carry, and then Mickey will start thumbing through his paper.
Right.
And he'll go.
And we don't hear from him for 5 minutes.
And then he'll go, the Texans don't play very good on run defense.
Meanwhile, we've taken 3 calls and just completely moved on.
I'm like, all right, Mick, all right. Yeah. Glad to have you on board today.
Okay, I was doing some TV yesterday, and I thumbed through yesterday's podcast on my commute in today, as a matter of fact.
There you go.
And I heard y'all did a great segment, killed one segment on Dez. And
that's what we do around here.
However, at the end of the first segment, which I had kind of thumbed through because I had heard that you had talked about Dez, and I wanted to hear that.
Sure.
Okay. And at the end of the first segment, Rob, you said something about you love it when Mickey and Brian butt heads or something like that. Were there some butting of heads in yesterday's podcast that I need to know about?
A little fire yesterday.
Was there?
Yeah,
Good. I like that.
Cowboys offense trying to move the ball against the Texans defense.
Again, I love Mickey. I respect people out there think I don't like Mickey, and that's not true. I mean, Mickey and I are basically from the same bottle of wine, like you, Bill. We're all from that same bottle, and so, we're trying to talk about, okay, what's the best plan of attack? Mm-hmm. How would you attack the Texans? Are you worried about their pass rush? Well, wait a minute. Their pass defense is one of the worst in the league. How do you attack? And then, he's like, well, how does the Colts throw for 400 yards? And I'm going, when have the Cowboys ever thrown for 400 yards? Well. And so what is I'm to the point of where I try and look for reasons why. Can you take advantage? The Cowboys are built to run the football. We all know that. That you don't need a former scout to tell you that. That's what this team does. But, is that really the best plan of attack? Can you protect enough on first downs? Can you use max protection? Can you keep, I say max, keep backs in, keep tight ends in? Can you find ways to let your guys win one-on-one on the outside? And this is the discussion, that I like to have is, do you have people that are capable on the outside of consistently winning one-on-one? Yeah, I'd love to say, hey, let's drop back, use the line, throw the ball all over the park. But that might not necessarily be the best way for this team to attack the Texans.
And what he pointed out, what Brian pointed out was...
I pointed it out.
If there is a weak spot on this Houston defense, it's the secondary. There might be opportunities to win battles one-on-one and try to open things up for Zeke through the passing game.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with you on that. Mickey doesn't want to hear that. And Mickey doesn't need to be here for me to say this about him. You can point out positives in the opponent's game. That doesn't mean that you're trying to say, hey, Cowboys can't win this. They can't possibly win this game.
That kind of sounds like the Derek Dooley Dez exchange on the scouting report of the Broncos on what was the name of the series?
All or Nothing.
All or Nothing.
Yeah. Pretty much.
How would you like me to phrase it, Dad?
Right. How would you like me to phrase this, Mickey? How can we phrase this any better?
I just, I think that if this team, and like I said, if the conversation is, do they have enough weapons on the outside to affect? What did we say last week going into the Lions game? Hey, they have got to get back to running the football. They ran it against Seattle. Bill, you even brought up the point, if they can build a lead, they'll keep running it. That's the best way for this team to play football. So, I look at this and say, okay, but do they have those receivers? Do they have, the trust of the quarterback? I'd like to trust the quarterback. I really do. I think the quarterback can make some throws.
He made some great throws last week
and
that people didn't think he could make.
Mm-hmm. Scouts are always taught that. It's you're taught if you've seen it, and Rob likes to use this phrase occasionally with me, is if you see a guy do it one time, you can believe he can do it again.
That's Jerry's philosophy.
That's something that we've always, when I was working in the scouting department, and that goes all the way back to the Hall of Fame general manager I worked with in Green Bay with Ron Wolf. Ron Wolf is like, wait a minute, we've seen this guy do this. We've seen him make throws. We've seen him run the football. We've seen him play pass defense.
Now, the question is how consistently can a player do that? They can do it, but how often and how consistently if you dial it up?
Yeah, that's the biggest issue I think with the Cowboys is where is the trust factor in the wide receivers? I mean, I feel like they've done a good job of getting open for the most part, but are they the consistency that it's going to take to do this? So that's kind of where I'm at on there.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, Mickey.
Hi, Bill.
Were you listening to us talking there, Bill?
Yeah, I was. I was eating breakfast.
Were your
I was
ears
late for breakfast.
burning?
Oh, just keep eating there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that a biscuit or is that okay? It's a biscuit, right?
It's a bagel.
You know what?
bagel.
I was gonna stop at a convenience store and get a biscuit or something or donut or something.
But you thought you might be late.
Commute in and
Can I stop the showdown for a second?
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten a hot dog from a gas station on one of the roller things?
No.
Have you ever done that?
No.
one of the
Mickey,
roller
you've eaten a Lucky Dog in New Orleans.
I have.
Okay, that's worse.
I was getting ready to
You're
bring
lucky.
that
You're
up.
lucky you're alive to
On
talk
the little
about
little wagon.
Yeah,
they
the little
pulled
wagon
down Bourbon Street.
You'll do anything at 4 a.m. if you just can't see or you're hungry.
But I'm proud to say I probably haven't done that in 30 years.
Yeah, but you lived to tell about
But
it.
I
right?
did, yes.
But you never eaten a rotisserie hot. I guess it's a rotisserie. It's a roller.
I mean,
now they've got
maybe in
them-
college I did. But I lived to tell about it, I guess.
What about buying? They sell the chicken, the wings, like by
Those
the
aren't
piece.
bad. I don't think those are
I
bad.
see people going. You're at convenience store.
Yeah.
It's not convenient.
No.
You get behind these guys, and it's like, yeah, I'll have 3 of those
And a lottery
three
ticket?
of those.
the lottery ticket.
and
The
that
lottery ticket is the killer.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what?
Lord.
And I need a
Can
little,
we have a lottery line over here instead?
I was hopeful someone would bring that up. I would like to invent a lottery line for people that like to play. And you know what? And if they win, God, I'm stopping down the show. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's great.
If they-
Mickey's
I was
minute.
planning to
Mickey's
anyway.
minute.
If they win,
Everybody's jumping
and
in.
Notice they buy the lottery stuff and they win. They buy more. They buy more. They're like, hey, I won $20. Okay, give me
give
$20
me-
more
Right.
dollars of.
You need to go back in the line if you want to buy more.
And by that
if
time-
you're going to scratch it off. Yeah.
By that time, my drumstick ice cream is just completely melted.
or the guy that comes in and he can,
Drumstick ice cream.
You know what I'm talking about?
For
The ice cream in the
breakfast.
bottom? Yeah.
the guy that comes in, he can check it himself. What did I win anything?
Yeah.
And you're sitting there
No.
going, okay, I gotta go. This was supposed to be quick.
The Red Cross is dropping supplies outside. You've been so long there. you know.
Which
I,
leads me. Oh, go ahead.
I got preempted by Jason Taylor,
Oh, okay.
so they pushed me back.
So what Hall of Fame is he in?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
what's he ever
and
done?
He's acting like he's, on the radio broadcast Sunday night for the national
Oh,
broadcast.
is that
game.
why
Yeah.
he was of importance this week?
Yeah.
Of more importance than Mickey this week.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
All right, here's my question of the
ahead.
day. If you were a player for the Cowboys, where would you live?
We get that poll question up on the website right now on the app.
Where would I live?
Yes, where would you live?
Off season or regular
No,
season?
regular season.
Was
Are you
I on the
single or
team
married?
Was I on the team before they moved
You're
here?
single or married, either way.
Okay.
Was I on the team before they moved here or after?
You're on the team now.
Right now.
Don't complicate this.
So
No,
Mickey,
it is.
Mickey's,
You're not
Mickey's
playing.
trying to tell you might have a nice home there in South
South
Lake
Lake.
or Coppell.
No. I'm saying,
Jason Witten
you're
wasn't
just
gonna
arriving.
move.
You're just arriving.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, I'd be out here.
Yeah. That condo right by the practice field, I'm moving in right there.
That's where every day I stand up and I say, I look at that and I go, how cool would it be to live over there and be like single and work? We just walk across the street.
There's no doubt. And
Yeah.
I say that because of my commute this morning.
I see.
A long struggle,
Which
huh?
I'm coming.
Bill, you just need to get to it. You know what I mean?
Well, no. I had to relate it to the Cowboys,
Yeah.
so there we go.
Now everybody's not jumping off the cliff. On
Yeah.
us here.
Anyway, I make one false move, and it brings up your biscuit there or whatever you're eating
Bagel?
right there. I wasn't able to get my bagel this morning
no.
because I make one false move off the highway, and there's an accident on the other side of the road where I would be getting back on the highway.
Yeah.
There's police cars and everything
good.
there, and I'm going, all right, it's 9 o'clock. I got 30 minutes. I was doing fine. I was going to be here at 9:15.
Yeah.
Never get off.
And I wound up having to, I said, I'm not battling that traffic. There's
Yeah.
no way I'll make it. So I drive down Hebron Parkway all the way to the tollway. And I made it in time.
There you go.
But anyway, you mentioned Jason Witten. I guess he came at 6 o'clock in the morning every day, 5:30, 6 o'clock
first
to come
light.
to work.
Yeah,
There's another prominent former Cowboy who lives out in the same area, and I understand he would not be on time maybe for some practices or meetings or whatever.
driver, too.
And I can understand why, because it's all it takes is one accident. So I'm living across the street. So there you go.
Let's just use Dak Prescott as the example because he lived about 2 miles north of here when he first got here in a condo, and then he bought a house, and it was in the same area. So he could basically, like DeMarcus Lawrence and Tyron Crawford, ride their bikes here if they wanted
Yeah, Zeke
to.
too. Zeke lives like less than a mile from
You know
here.
what? And that's a really good thing there, Kent. Really good.
It is.
That's less driving he has to do.
He can play bumper cars every once
And
in a while.
I'm sure for a 22-year-old, it's very intriguing to go live down in Uptown, whatever.
You know what?
But-
They're building Legacy West. They've
That's
got
right.
shops of Legacy. It's kind of a college-like atmosphere.
That's
now,
right.
Maybe there's a little older clientele.
But you remember that when we had
Welcome
the,
to Real Estate Talk. Here on the Cowboy Radio.
Hey, I'm just going where the bus is turning, man.
I know.
just live somewhere where you don't have to pay all the tolls. That's all I got to say.
Good point. Good point.
And I did hear the Dez talk yesterday, and I'm in agreement with what y'all were saying. I'm not surprised at all, and I don't know why anyone would at all be surprised that he still wants to play for the Cowboys.
No.
That's the only team he ever wanted to play for, and it probably has affected. If I don't know if he had a firm offer from the Ravens in the offseason, he probably was holding out hope that something might happen where he could re-land here.
I think Mickey's made a great point throughout, and I think he's been very consistent about this. Does he really want to play football? Mm-hmm. Does he really want to get in shape? Does he really want to do everything he has to do to get on a team and play? I've talked to teams that have been interested in him, and I'm not going to lie. I reached out to John Dorsey at Cleveland. I said, hey, this is what I know about Dez Bryant, just to try and help him. And so, John sent me back a message. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate your thoughts. So, yeah, does Dez Bryant really want to play football? I think there were some teams initially interested in Dez Bryant playing football, and I don't know if necessarily that's the case in this day and
especially
age.
for the salaries that are being offered out there.
Well, we're past that,
Right.
we're to the quarter pole now. So, yeah.
Now you're at $800,000
Yeah.
a year.
yeah,
exactly.
you're
Yeah.
basically veteran minimum.
Take whatever
Right.
Bryce Butler got.
Right.
But then he has to look at it also, okay, if he sits out a whole season, then what's his – if he really wants to play football next year, what's his value like then if he doesn't play at all this year?
This is what he does. And, Dez is – it sounds like to me in talking to some folks that are very close to Dez, and I have a relationship with Dez. I've been able to text with him and talk with him and stuff about things. And, he's got some things going off the field in a positive light. Classmates he had at Oklahoma State and stuff like that, guys' business opportunities, not just own a bar and lose all your money kind of thing, but he's got some legitimate things. And he has to figure out now, if he doesn't play a year, does he say, okay, I'm going to take my finances and back into a business opportunities and try and do, be like the rest of us, with have a job and work every day and try and do the best we can.
And commute.
I'm sure when he got drafted in 2010, he had no other thoughts in his mind besides
other than playing football.
Playing football for the Dallas Cowboys and only playing for the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm not in his head. I haven't talked to him. I just would imagine it's tough, the idea of playing for anybody else besides this organization. And that's why I kind of rolled my eyes when I saw everybody freaking out on Twitter about, oh, he wants to play here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, he didn't retire, guys.
Surprise,
he got
surprise.
cut. He got cut 6 months ago.
And he turns 30 on November 4th.
Yeah, he's, it's let's be honest though, there was some slippage in the play. I still believe though, when healthy, that he's better than. I mean, and that's aside from Cole Beasley. But if you look at the way this group, if to get better at receiver, they're going to have to address it in the springtime. They can't, they've got to ride with what they've got right now, and hopefully they can make it work. They've got how many more games? 12 more games now to kind of, you look at what's going on with the Eagles right now, this division. Nobody's running away with this division right now. You just got to find a way to put some wins together. Houston looks like a team that is having their own problems. They're a little bit like the Cowboys. They've got really good receivers, but they got a really poor offensive line, and they got a bad secondary. So everybody in this league appears to have a little bit of problem that they're having to deal with right now, with the exception, well, I guess Kansas City. They score so many points, but if you look at their defense, it's ranked last in the league in most of all categories, with the exception of third down defense as well.
Rams are undefeated, but they've had some defensive problems
exactly.
as well.
So you just got to kind of figure out how best fits your plan. Best fits your plan is not having Dez Bryant, playing with these receivers, running the football, trying to help Dak Prescott, and hopefully your offense, or your defense can continue to get pass rush to help your secondary.
Okay, go ahead, Mickey.
I was just going to say Michael Gallup should have more than 5 catches.
Yeah. And it might be a little bit on Michael Gallup, though, too. Just in my opinion. I'm not trying to put words or minimize what you just said.
I'm just saying he should have more chances to have more catches. I understand he's struggled some, but how do you get out of that
Which is expected from a
struggle?
rookie.
How do you get him out of the struggle?
And how do you find more opportunities for him? Like we talk, I think we're all in agreement. I've been banging on this drum for weeks. Like, let's shorten this rotation. Let's let Dak ride with a certain group with a certain snaps per game. But like, okay, who you sitting down? Who you sitting down to give Gallup 30, 40 snaps if that's what you want?
Whoever.
I mean, then who? Because then now this is a new group, but that's a veteran group that at least has some time on task in the NFL.
Well, one has been sat down for whatever reason in the last week, and all right, Terrence Williams is a DNP, not injury related, yesterday in practice. So what's going on with Terrence Williams, you think?
Good question.
Yeah, I think that, Mickey has been an investigative reporter a long time. He's covered this team. He could probably, he could dig hard in this and probably figure it out before Rob. I know you done reporting stuff, and Bill, but I think that the head coach would, and again, I've been very critical of the head coach, but I think this is the times where he wants to be honest with us about it, and he can't. And we might be looking at some kind of HIPAA laws here or something like that, that he can't go into great detail of what's wrong, and because if it gets out.
And what it says on the injury report is did not participate, not injury related, which is the same as what it said the last injury report, which was on Friday.
You got to be really careful of when you talk about people in this day and age and what information you do provide, because again, everybody understands the importance. Nobody wants to get sued or anything like that. So
there's a lot of sealed lips around.
Yeah, you ask people in this building, even back to last week when he didn't practice, and like more than once, you kind of get a shoulder shrug. Like I can't tell you, or I don't know.
It's like no one's lying.
Yeah.
But no one's being forthcoming.
I don't think anybody wants to be where it traces back to somebody said, okay, what's going on with Terrence Williams? And I think the head coach was very honest yesterday. Again, I love the walk-off. I wish we'd ask him 2 questions in the press conference and just have the rest of the walk-off. I think we learned so much about the football team there at that time. But he was very, you could tell in his face, he says, hey, I'd like to help you guys here, but I can't help you guys. So that to me is because Jason has been this year and years past been very forthright with information when we've asked him questions in that type of a setting.
Sometimes knowledge is better than a soundbite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing to point out about it, though, this week, he was here in the morning yesterday. He was here on Tuesday. He didn't practice, but, like, the Cowboys are in tune with him, and they're talking to him, and these are excused absences. So,
yeah, there's
for
no
what it's
issue.
worth,
There's no issues there.
it's
As far
not
as
like
issues, as far as any the communication between both parties is there.
it's there.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, we continue and take your phone calls here on Talking Cowboys, 888-855-2297 in just a moment.
Essilor has been helping Cowboys fans see better since 1972 so they don't miss a moment on the field. Get glasses with Essilor's best vision, clarity, and protection with the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package. 3 innovative technologies in one lens. For a limited time, you can double your lenses for free when you purchase the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package and get a second pair of frames. Find a participating eye care professional and details by visiting EssilorUSA.com. That's EssilorUSA.com. Terms and conditions apply.
If you're like me and you love... if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Dr. Pepper is the one you crave. But how do you explain that craving?
Imagine being shipwrecked on a desert island, alone. Glass-like curls of surf pound the shore with Dr. Pepper-colored waves. Surrounded by desire, but you can't drink it because it's the ocean. Fish live in there. The only thing you want is Dr. Pepper, and you can't have it.
Now that is a Dr. Pepper craving. Dr. Pepper, the one you crave.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Pick your plays, not your wedgies, gentlemen. Tommy John is the most comfortable underwear on the planet. Comes back by a no wedgie guarantee. If you suffer one in your Tommy Johns, they'll give you your money back guaranteed. Shop exclusive Cowboys underwear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 20% off your first order. That's TommyJohn.com/Cowboys.
Brian Broaddus has a smile on his face. He nods in agreement as you read that copy, Rob Phillips. He must have his Tommy Johns on today.
I do.
I do too.
He winged it yesterday on the liner.
I winged it
awesome.
because, unfortunately, Mickey handed me one with a word I can't pronounce, which is because I'm Louisiana educated. The second thing is the one I grabbed said, in the off season, get your time. And I'm like, this is not making sense. So I had to go, Bill, I just had to kind of just be I just had to wing it, and it really didn't.
Sometimes that's the best.
With the help of Mickey and Rob, we got through it okay. But yeah,
personal testimony is the best advertisement.
Got it. Tommy John's. It's not even a choice anymore. You look in the underwear drawer.
Yeah,
and
if it's in there, Tommy John. I just have a couple in there,
yeah,
and
we're going to work on that.
I'll dig to the bottom to go get the Tommy Johns to put on.
Right.
That's
there you go.
Yeah. Mickey has a serious look on his face. Is there
I
something
was just trying
troubling
to.
you, Mickey?
I was trying to figure something out, and then didn't really.
Okay.
I mean,
didn't have the right tree.
No, we kept talking about the lack of numbers for the wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've only averaged 57 plays a game.
Yeah.
Normally, you're in the 60s.
That's true.
65, right?
That's true.
They've only averaged 28 passes a game.
That's true.
I bet the rest of the league's in the 30s.
This team is not built to throw the football that way.
My next question is that ideal for this team? I mean, they won with how many? 29 pass attempts?
But you're not going to win when your third down conversion rate is 28%, and it just jumped to 28%.
Right. Yeah, what was it before that?
23.5.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
So that you're not going to have big numbers when you're not having enough
especially when
plays.
you look around the league this year and you see what's going on.
Mickey, can I give you a surprising number?
Go ahead.
And I know I'm with you on these numbers at times. But you wouldn't believe this, but this offense is fourth in the league in dropped passes. Meaning the league average. No, I mean fourth in the not dropping passes.
Not dropping passes.
Not dropping passes.
But is that percentage
or
is it number?
It's number. It's actually they're at 1.8. They're at 1.8.
But that's
a
probably
game.
It has something to do with the fact they don't have as many passes attempted.
That's what I'm saying.
They haven't had opportunity.
But don't you feel like like a lot of the passes they've thrown, some have been dropped?
Well, Mickey mentioned get Michael Gallup more involved. One bounced off his hands.
League
and got
average,
picked off.
league average is 4.6, and the Cowboys are at 1.8. So I mean, it's crazy to believe that and to Mickey's point, they don't throw the ball enough. To be you'd think that they'd have even up to the league average. But if you said, no, the Cowboys are probably near the bottom of the league when it comes to drop passes. And no, they're actually one of the better teams in the league when it comes to not dropping the ball.
All right, so this is what I was looking for. Sorry. The league average for third down conversion is 39.3.
Yeah.
So they're 11% less than the average.
They've had some rough go
at
at it.
16% less before jumping up to 29.
Yes. So that is the reason why they don't have a lot of plays. And it's not on the defense.
It's not all third and long either. I mean,
no.
It used to be 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. You hand it to Zeke, and it's just
But
clockwork,
it's still a small sample. It's just a quarter of the season.
It is. And they were, I think, 5 of 12 last week, so that is an improvement.
And they weren't facing an offensive juggernaut in Carolina or Seattle, or the Giants for that matter. And so what they're doing, they didn't have to do as much offensively. They had to do more against Detroit.
And they did.
And they'll probably have to do more against Houston with the quarterback they're facing this week, who has 3 straight games of over 300 yards passing and 2 straight games of over 400 yards total offense.
Okay, how about this? Real quick, if I could. If we're going to try and attack the Texans on first down, we've talked about they're giving up like 3.5 yards a carry on first down, and you're like over that. You're well over that. You're 49% over that. But on passing yards of 4 yards or more on first down, you only get your 28th in the league. It only happens. The league average is 53.4, where you're at 40.8. Which route do you go? Do you stick with what that we know that the Texans struggle defending the pass, and on first down, they're pretty good playing first down run defense. I'm just trying to figure out a way to attack them so you don't get in long yardage situations to start the drive.
Well, first play of the game last week, Zeke runs right for a yard.
Yeah.
Second first down on their second drive, that's the 31-yarder to Swaim. Run after catch, the bootleg play. So, and they've done that. They've what was the second game of the season? They opened up spread and they go pass.
I'm just trying to think of the best way to attack the Texans so you don't get in that situation where you're wearing Clowney and Watt and those guys and Merciless around their neck the whole day.
Well, part of it, I think, is what do you do better?
Yeah.
Do you run the ball better or do you throw the ball better?
The numbers tell you run the ball better.
And how would you protect your offensive line the best?
I don't need the numbers to know they run the ball better.
But the one thing is the numbers show that the Texans play well on first down when you run the ball. I'm not saying against the Cowboys. I'm just saying I'm trying to formulate a game plan, and I know you have to have first down dictates a lot what this team is able to do. Let's be honest about that.
Yep.
So here's the stat I want. When they run on first down, what formation are they running on?
Yeah, is it like 11 personnel?
Are they in two tight,
12,
wide receivers?
They've come out in 13,
and everybody knows you're going to run.
Yeah.
Or are you in 3 tight, 1 wide receiver? Or how about spreading them out and then hand the ball off on first down?
Well, they do that. They run out of different personnel groups.
I know, but it seems like to start the game, that's not what they do. It's 2 tight ends. It's a more conservative, let's protect our offensive line approach, I think, more than anything else.
All right, let's go to the phone line. And James in New York City. Hello, James.
Hey, guys. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Are you there,
James, take 3 steps to your left.
Hello, James.
He's got too many big buildings around him.
We've lost James.
And 3, 2, and 1, and goodbye.
How about this? Offensively, you're 25th in the league on average yards to go on second down, 8.4 yards on second. League average is 8.05. So you're 25th in the league on average yards to go on second down.
It's not the way they're used to.
No, that's 25th in the league right there. So you're almost at almost 8.5 yards, almost 9 yards needed on second down. They have got to find a way to win. I mean, we're trying to tell you this. You got to win on first down. How do you win on first down? If you want a key to the game, Bill, and it's not even Friday, how do you win on first down? That's going to be because you do not want Clowney and Watt and Merciless and these guys to tee off on you on second down. Even though, we saw better pass protection last week, I just don't want that.
I have visions of Carolina in my mind if they can't do that, where it's like, second and 12, third and 12, third and 10, and you can't ask Dak to be efficient that way. That's not the way this offense is built. So I'm with you. I don't know what they do.
I just want whatever the plan is. It's got to work. It's got to work on first down, whether it's running the football or throwing the football. I mean, I know that's Captain Obvious there.
What was the plan last week against Detroit?
They're not very good against the run.
Right.
Well,
the plan was what?
This is going to
run, Zeke, run. And
right.
what they do on the first series of the game,
yeah,
they ran Zeke 3 straight times, and he got stuffed on 3rd and 1 and didn't get the first down.
They're getting stuffed on 3rd and 1 the last 2 weeks.
That's
not good for this team.
Yeah, that's not typical.
And then second series are backed up at their own 10-yard line, and they run the pass to the tight end, and they got out of the whole 31-yard pickup, and they were able to get some breathing room. And they mixed in run and pass right. I think they need to mix in run and pass.
We saw that plan against the Giants, though, right? Didn't we see more first down throws?
First play of the game.
Yep.
More first down throws.
Yeah,
more first down throws. But I agree with you guys. I mean, too, running the football, that's what this team's built to do. And maybe you're going to say, you know what? Texans might be good on first down. We're still going to run the football. We're still going to come out on first down and run the ball. I think that's, to me, that makes a lot of sense. But then again, I see the Texans just, they have no – just their pass defense in the secondary is horrendous.
They have gotten 30 first downs running the ball, 36 first downs passing the ball.
That's against the Texans or
the
Cowboys?
Is the Cowboys for 4 games.
Yeah.
10 by penalty.
Yeah, numbers can drive you nuts. But
there should be a bigger disparity, don't you think? Check out Jacksonville. They've got 79 first downs, 20 running, and 57 passing.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of shows you when your passing offense is not functioning well.
Yeah.
That disparity should be larger to me.
Yeah, I don't.
The Giants, 16 first downs running, 53 passing.
Well,
the Rams, 32.
We're all looking up numbers. We're all sitting here doing bad radio looking up numbers.
No, I'm saying the Rams, 32 first downs rushing, 64 passing.
I just think you have to come up with something. You have to come up, and that's their job. I'm just interested to see what they decide.
Okay, take us behind the scenes here, and as they formulate a game plan, how much do they rely on numbers like we're looking up numbers here?
I think you have
How much do analytics come into play?
I think Jason Garrett understands analytics. I think he does, but I think he's like his father, an old school, let's look at the tape and what do we do well kind of a guy.
What do they do well?
Yeah, what do they do well? What do you do well? I think that you could say, these numbers are fascinating. It does tell a tale of what's going on, but where Jason Garrett's probably looking at this like, I feel like we're good enough on first down to run the football. I feel like we're good enough, and the numbers tell you, the analytics tell you that they can run the football on first down. The analytics also tell you that the Houston Texans can stop the run on first down. something's going to give there. I know it's an old saying, but that's really the way it is.
You know, it's interesting. This summer, I talked with Tony Romo, and he thought one of the keys to the Cowboys season is going to be this stretch of after they get 4 games in, and this is like from the opposition standpoint. Now they got 4 games to go on what the Cowboys are doing offensively, and it's how the Cowboys improve from week 5 through week 8 or 9 is going to tell the tale of their season, and how they adjust to what other teams are doing, but also they've incorporated brand new receivers in here and trying to figure out what they are here in the first 4 weeks of the season. So it's very fortunate, I think, on the Cowboys' part that Brett Maher made that field goal. So they're sitting here at 500 going into the second quarter of the season. But that's what Romo was saying. And when teams scout other teams, it's basically the last 4 games they take a look at. Even when you go to week 12 of the season, they're looking back at weeks 9 or 8 through 11 to scout and see how teams are playing, because teams change as the season goes along. And so I just think it's a very critical stretch of the season that the Cowboys are hitting right now, and we're going to find out what they have in the passing game the next 4
Yeah,
years.
and as Mickey said, is Mickey right in that? Because Mickey's been saying, well, they need time to gel, and I agree with that because of lack of preseason time, all the new faces. They've played 2 home games. They've been a lot better at home, but here's a test.
For a guy like Michael Gallup, I mean, it was expected for Mike. I believe I thought coming into the year, it's too much to expect of a rookie to be able to step in and have consistent play right off the bat. He's got 4 games under his belt now. Now, he hadn't been out there for every snap, obviously, but we can expect more from Michael Gallup as the season goes along, I believe.
I would hope. You know, I mean, I trust me, I had Michael Gallup as one of the better college players in the country last year. You know, I was expecting the separation, the route running, some of the things that we saw at Colorado State. I understand why the Cowboys took him. I thought Michael Gallup should probably have been selected higher than where he was. So, a 3rd-round grade, but still, it's. I totally agree with Mickey. Let's get him the football.
What rookie has the most wide receptions now? Christian Kirk.
Arizona.
16.
Yeah.
So that's 4 a game.
How many catches does Calvin Ridley have? He's got
15.
How many touchdowns does he have? 4?
I can tell you that. 6.
He's got 6 touchdowns
out of
how many?
15 catches. That's a pretty good ratio.
That's
there.
That's a team that throws the ball really well.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a team that's got they go downfield.
He's got a pretty good receiver on the other side.
Absolutely.
And there's no other rookie in the top 50.
And Ridley's basically their third
receiver. Not counting running backs, because Barkley's got the most, probably because of what he did against, was it the Cowboys, or who did he have all those
he had a
catches
ton against us.
And then Kerryon Johnson has 11 catches.
Yeah.
But no other rookie wide receiver has more than 11 catches.
Well, we've talked about it. It takes longer to transition in the league.
Okay, so I'm also confused on that first down stat, because this here, the NFL official stat says the Cowboys are gaining 6.13 yards on first down. They've had 108 first down plays, and it says they're averaging 6.13 yards per play. And the defense is first in the league at 3.63 yards per play. So, I don't know, we have conflicting numbers.
Should be 4-0.
With the numbers from the defense.
But that's very reminiscent of what it was like in 2016. You know, it was a lot of 2nd and 4s, 2nd and 5s, a lot of those. It's just, and hey, let's maybe they can pull things together this week with, and not get back, but they've run the ball really well the last 2 weeks. You think about Seattle and then last week against the Lions.
Okay, I had to laugh this morning. The headline in the morning news. So what's been going on the first 3 games of the year? Is Zeke getting enough touches? Now it is. Is he getting too many? Are they wearing them out?
We were just joking about that.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Because was that a story today?
Yes.
Workload leaves Zeke sore, satisfied.
Yeah. I love John Machota, too, and I don't think he probably wrote that headline.
No, I love John.
I know, and it wasn't really what the story was about, but the headline suggested that, they might be using them a little bit too much.
That's the way it changes week to week in the National Football League. And we take your phone calls at 888-855-2297 in a moment on Talking Cowboys.
If you're like me and you love... if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for a little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
While a player can look good on paper, it's when he's out on the field that you really find out what he's made of. That's why the Cowboys rely on more than stats and scouting reports when building their team. When picking a tractor, it's why you should rely on more than specs and features as well. You got to take it out and put it to the test. The Cowboys did when they named John Deere their official tractor. To experience one for yourself, visit your local Texas John Deere dealer or go to myjohndeeredealer.com/football.
It can be hard to find the right resource for learning about important financial matters. You search how to build savings, you end up reading about the one weird ingredient from supermarkets that can make you taller. That's why Bank of America built BetterMoneyHabits.com, a safe little corner of the internet for answering your financial questions. Full of simple videos and tips, Better Money Habits can show you how to make the most of your money without resorting to random searches that always seem to lead to unbelievable photos of childhood stars grown up. To learn more, visit BetterMoneyHabits.com.
Essilor has been helping Cowboys fans see better since 1972 so they don't miss a moment on the field. Get glasses with Essilor's best vision, clarity, and protection with the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package. 3 innovative technologies in one lens. For a limited time, you can double your lenses for free when you purchase the Essilor Ultimate Lens Package and get a second pair of frames. Find a participating eye care professional and details by visiting EssilorUSA.com. That's EssilorUSA.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Do you want to use what we use? You need to go to Jack Black. I'm telling you, this stuff is undisputably good. Huh?
Yeah.
Undisputably? Is that a good word?
That's a great word.
I think it's indisputably.
Undisputably. It's Jack Black, whatever it is. And I'll tell you what, if you get those JB4 faves for $10 and free shipping, just use use code Cowboys and you get that discount.
Mickey, I think that's your best read you've ever had.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's Jack Black, whatever it is. That's you think that's going to be their tagline from now on? Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Jack Black. That was the worst one we've ever done.
No, I thought it was the best.
They're gonna cut me off now. I won't get my faves.
No, Mick, you'll get your faves.
I'll get cut off.
You'll be all right.
I used 5 today.
Have you found the copy yet?
No, it's not here.
Aaron, can we get those
I don't know
trees
why you
lifted
haven't
up out
found
of
it
the ground?
with
all my stuff here.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I'm prepared for numbers, when you guys throw stuff out.
Antoine Woods is the human log.
The human log. Mickey's got the human log in front of it.
Yeah, and Mickey's the human logs.
Boy, Scott hates this when I do TV and have all this information in front of me.
Well, there's no way you're going to get to it in like a 2-minute hit. What about those fuel stops that are literally give you 10 seconds to talk? Do you need all that stuff?
No, absolutely
He's got the legal pad for that.
Hey.
Speaking of that, yeah.
Ever dreamed of becoming a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader?
Whoa.
Now's your chance. Prep classes taught by master instructors. And, I'm reading the wrong one.
I think you're reading the wrong one.
But that's okay.
That was for
Since
the
I've started it. No, it's for hanging with the boys. But I'm reading it anyway. Taught by master instructors and DCC group leaders will introduce you to the choreography and techniques taught to the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders squad. Sign up for a prep class now at dallascowboys.com/cheerleaders. And the Cowboys are taking on Jacksonville a week from Sunday. Don't miss your chance to see the Cowboys live at AT&T Stadium. Tickets on sale now at dallascowboys.com. By the way, check out the Cowboys Legends Show from last night on dallascowboys.com. We had Randy White on, and we had a special appearance from Neil McCoy. Country singer Neil McCoy was here at the Star. He was reciting the national anthem with, not the not the national anthem, but reciting the Pledge of Allegiance with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders here at the Star for the 1,000th straight day. It's something he started 1,000 days ago, and he decided on the 1,000th day he would come to the Star in Frisco and do it here.
Was that
it's
his
on his
giant
Facebook page?
Was that his giant tour bus out?
It was.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I was
And
envious of that
you know
bus.
what? And if you practice real hard with those lessons for the Cowboy cheerleading tryouts, you get to be judged by Neil McCoy.
And that's why I wanted to mention that about Neil McCoy. When I was reading this copy, I saw the deal on the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, and that reminded me of it because he is a judge in the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader tryouts, as is Mickey.
And he is the funniest thing ever. And as he said last night, we get this sheet, and it has about 7 categories across the top, and you're supposed to watch 5 of these ladies dancing and then make check marks,
critique
them, right? And he talked about it. He says, "Yeah, I got all these things. You're supposed to check them out." And he goes, "You know what I do? I just look at them and then I go hot." H-O-T. That's all I put down.
He just writes hot.
Or if they're really good.
In this climate, Mickey, that's probably not a good story.
He told it last night.
Yeah, you know
You're
what?
quoting him.
He gets away.
Yeah, it's not Mickey Spagnola. This
He gets away with it because he's so damn funny about it.
He is. From Jacksonville, Texas, Neil McCoy. And by the way, I looked up Neil McCoy on Spotify, and I listened to Neil McCoy music all the way home last night. That's right. It's good country music. All right, let's go to Dan in Colorado next up on Talking Cowboys. Dan.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Good. Real quick. So, this is what, the youngest or second youngest team in the league?
I think the third.
Third youngest team in the league.
Yeah, something like
Is
that.
it time to start looking for some coaches that can actually teach and not just coach?
So young doesn't matter?
Well, no, young does matter.
Oh, okay.
I know that it does matter, but I guess I'm just as frustrated as all Cowboy fans are right now because we've seen this ride for 20 years, and it's like we're never getting over the hump. And I feel like sometimes Jerry just wants to be relevant, 8-8, 9-7. Hey, if we just win this game, we're there. We're in the playoffs. And unfortunately, that puts us in the middle of the pack or late in the pack as far as our drafting. And I just feel like, I don't want to see us go 1-15 because I remember those years. I've been a Cowboy fan since Roger Staubach brought the Cowboys back against the Niners in that that playoff game. And
72.
So I think we're just all frustrated, and I don't know. I don't know what we need to do as a team, but I just feel like we see a lot of mistakes during games, and I'm just wondering what you guys think, and I'll just take the rest of it off.
What did you think? What did you think this team's record was going to be going in the season, knowing they were that young?
I was thinking that we were going to be in the middle of the pack, to be honest with you.
So what record would that be?
Yeah,
they're 2-2.
Well,
Like
probably
8-8?
9-7 if we're lucky.
So that they're kind of headed that way. You were probably right, huh?
Yeah, and like I said, I think it's just everybody. Cowboys Nation is really frustrated.
Give me a fix other than firing the head coach.
Because they made a lot of changes on the coaching staff.
8 new coaches.
If you I don't want to deal with low hanging fruit. Give me something that you said you've been a Cowboy fan since 1972, when Roger Staubach threw the ball to Ron Sellers right there, and it won in a playoff game, and Tony Fritsch onside kicked.
Cost Dick Nolan his job.
Absolutely did. Give me a fix other than fire the head coach.
New offensive coordinator.
Okay,
That's the second
okay,
piece of fruit.
Okay, other than the head coach and the offensive coordinator, give me a fix overall of the team.
Overall, as far as personnel,
Just
I think
anything.
what we need to do is, you guys mentioned this just earlier or yesterday. Look what they're doing in Houston with that quarterback. Look what they're doing with Mahomes with that quarterback. We need to start playing to our team's strength. And I think I know nobody wants to see Dak get hurt, but hey, if that's what if we have to start running him more, doing more RPOs, doing stuff like that, that's going to make the team more successful on offense. I think the defense is just going to get better, especially if Irving can get better, if Gregory can get better. I think it's the offense just needs to be a little bit more. I don't even know the word I want to use right now, but just see a little more imagination on the offense. I think we saw a little bit of that, last week.
Okay.
But we need to just continue that.
Okay, and what? Okay, and tell me some other things about it. What did you like about the offense last week?
Getting Zeke more involved.
Okay.
Finally seeing some tight ends step up and make some plays.
Okay.
stuff like that.
Yep.
Okay.
And Dak had 3 carries for 2 yards.
Yeah.
See, everybody thinks like Mahomes and Mayfield are running all over the place. They're not. They're throwing the ball.
Yeah.
They're winging it downfield.
Yeah. Different. The way the teams are built are different, though, too.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? If you want to take what Andy Reid and them done, they took some chances on that Hill. You know, that guy was a 6th-round pick, but he had
domestic violence
serious
issues,
off-the-field problems. John
Dorsey.
John Dorsey traded up, gave a lot to go up and get Mahomes. Had a really good feel for the quarterback. I mean, hey, you know, I'm okay if you tell me that you want to see something different. Just don't tell me about the coaches anymore. And I always say that's low-hanging fruit. Don't do that. Tell me what. Okay, I don't like the way this team is built offensively. I'm just saying for Joe and Flower Mound, Vic and Ventura, Manny in Mexico City. I'm just doing all these guys. Tell me what you think's different. You want different about this team. Should next year, should this team go to a more passing-based offense? Should it be about going out and getting receivers? Maybe drafting one, maybe signing one. You know, drafting another quarterback or whatever. Give me those kinds of things. The coach and stuff, I don't care about that. I want to know what people will do differently for this team. That's what offensively and defensively. If you tell me that, and then I'm with you. But to say to fire the coach, let me be that guy. I'll be the bad guy. You know, you come up with answers what you think needs to be different here. You know, I'd love to see them be able to have a guy like Pat Mahomes play.
You know, I would. You look at that Detroit game.
Love the weapons that Kansas City has.
The way the Dallas defense played against Detroit.
They beat Kansas City, by the way, last year.
All right. The Cowboys offense does not get enough credit for what happened in that Detroit game and how it helped the Dallas defense.
No question.
In that second half of the game, Detroit had 3 possessions.
Yes.
They scored touchdowns on 2 of those possessions.
Right.
They had a 3-and-out to start the second half, and then it was like a knife through butter. Matthew Stafford through the Dallas defense.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's not. It's not exciting football when you hold the ball for 8.5 minutes.
Oh, it is to me.
Yeah, it is to me too.
I
love it.
When Nate Newton and I are sitting there watching there, and
I'm sitting there going and keep holding it for another 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're not making passes all over the field like Pat Mahomes does or Baker Mayfield when you're doing that. But you're helping your team win a football game because your defense was not at its best in that game against Detroit.
Right.
And you needed to keep that football out of the other team's hands that day. And the Dallas offense was able to help do that because of the way they and that's the blueprint for success for this team. When you go back, the Dallas offense helped the Dallas defense 2 years ago in 2016. By the way, they got ahead. I remember keeping track every week.
Yeah.
First drive of the game.
Yeah.
Week in, week out, they go 80
7
yards and
points.
get 7 points.
Every time.
Yep, and play from ahead the entire afternoon.
If you look at the way, say, the Chiefs are built, 4 dynamic players in key spots. They got a dynamic tight end. They've got a young quarterback that they have confidence in. They got a really good running back. And then you look at with Hill. I mean, see, how many dynamic players do you have offensively for the Cowboys?
They're trying to go by committee at certain skill
that's what
positions.
I'm saying. They don't.
You got Zeke.
Yeah, they got Zeke. And if you ask personnel guys around the league, they will tell you, hey, I'll take your right guard, I'll take your center when he's healthy, and I'll take your running back. You know, they're not taking anything else you got here. So until you find a way to get those types of dynamic players, you got to play with how you can play. Mm-hmm. And it's not going to be, fire the head coach, mediocrity, all that. No, I will say this. The head coach and the coaching staff had a hand in the direction they're going personnel-wise.
Yeah.
But you need more of those dynamic pieces.
That's why when you're talking about how to attack Houston Sunday night,
yes,
my gut says, and I know you don't want to bang your head against the wall, but my gut says hand it to my best player. And try to get him involved some way early.
If I lose that way, I'm okay with
that. Detroit had the ball in the second half for 9 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yeah.
Out of 30.
Yeah. Cowboys also ran 65 plays in the game. That's by far the most they have all season long.
You take
you know how many plays Detroit had in the second half? They had 16 offensive plays in the second half.
How many times they score?
Matt Stafford got a lot out of those 16 plays.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, this is where if and maybe all this changes next year when they say, okay, hey, if there's a new coach or whatever, new direction. But this is where they could say, okay, we got a running back. Okay, let's go get a dynamic receiver. Hey, let's go get a better tight end.
And they had opportunities to do that in the draft the last couple of years if they wanted to. But
I understand why they took Van Der Esch. I totally get why they took Van Der Esch.
That's working out.
Yeah. When you look, especially at last year's draft, they felt like they had to shore up that defense.
Yeah.
And they drafted Taco in the first round. They take Cheeto in the second round. They take a cornerback, Jordan Lewis, in the third round as well.
Right.
And they had to invest in the defense at that point. They felt like that. They could have taken
$17 million on the left end.
Yep.
If you think about it.
Right.
And that counts.
The guy I wanted them to take last year in the second round was Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
But I don't.
2 years ago.
I mean, I'm talking.
2 drafts ago. Yeah.
And he's turning into a star in Pittsburgh.
But I don't fault them for not doing that because they had to make a decision. You got to make that decision. How are you building your team?
Yes.
And they decided that Cheeto was a better investment for their team right then. And back then, you still had Dez, and they had needs both ways. I thought. I thought they needed a wide receiver a young one who could be that guy, whatever. They decided to go the other direction. That's great. I mean, and
we'll see if Michael Gallup develops.
Right. I think it could be.
Yeah, but
this year they decide in the second round take Connor Williams at 50 instead of maybe either trading for an Earl Thomas, or they could have taken Dallas Goedert if they wanted to.
Absolutely.
Right there, they could have taken a tight end, knowing that Witten's situation.
Yeah.
Okay, and now you look at it with what happened with Travis Frederick. Thank God they took Connor Williams. Okay, because what are you looking at in the interior there if you didn't take a second-round offensive lineman?
Right. You were back to playing with guys that Mickey and I were questioning whether they were really good enough. Right. So I'm not sitting here defending. I understand why they did what they did, but to say your fix is if you want to go away from just the run-based offense, then go out and you're going to have to get those weapons that we just said about a minute ago, Bill. That's exactly right. That you've got to go out and find a way to help the quarterback. Go get him a receiver. Go get him a tight end. You got one of the best damn running backs in the National Football League, and you got an offensive line that's good enough to run the football. I do. I talk to coaches around the league. They are very envious of Dallas's ability to run the football. And these are coaches that throw the ball all over the park.
Especially as the season goes along.
Yes.
As you get cold weather games, bad weather, whatever, as the season wears along.
Maybe some tough games down the stretch. You're going to have to have an 8-minute drive to maybe get this thing in the playoffs, if that's the case.
But I think if you look at the master plan from 3 years ago, or coming off the 2016 season, they felt like they had to shore up the defense because that was basically the offensive game plan for the Cowboys is relying on that running game. And with the quarterback that they've got, then they had to build up that defense because they're going to play a lot of close games.
Well, they also know
with an offensive line that at that time is maybe unquestionably the best in the league, and now has undergone some transition right now.
Well, how about
they didn't expect?
Yeah, how about the retirements though they've had? The Doug Free one. Mm-hmm. That happened a couple years ago. Jason Witten, the decline of Dez Bryant. I mean, there's some things that happened to them that they had planned in. That all of a sudden it's like, Witten, but the 2 days before the draft is basically saying, I've got to make a decision. I think I'm going to retire.
Now, I don't think that should have affected their drafting at all.
No, but they're counting on guys. I mean, they didn't count on Dez Bryant just completely going off the cliff.
Right.
With the ability. We'll see.
All right. That does it for Talking Cowboys for this Thursday. We will be back tomorrow for a fabulous Football Friday.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?